5 things losing my closest friends taught me about time. Asterisk, it didn't happen in one dramatic moment. There was no slammed door, no final words, no clear line between here and gone. It was quieter than that. One day we were laughing over something ridiculous, some inside joke no one else would understand, and then, somehow, without either of us meaning for it to happen, time crept in and pulled us apart. I used to think losing someone meant death, that you'd feel it all at once, like the ground cracking beneath you. But the truth is, I've lost some of the closest people in my life while they were still breathing. Some just drifted. Others left because life asked them to choose. And a few were taken, far too soon, by time itself. It's strange how you never think this might be the last conversation, the last message, the last birthday text, the last time you say, "Let's catch up soon." You assume there'll be another chance, one more moment. But time doesn't check in with you first. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't ask if you've said what needed saying. The hardest part about losing someone close isn't just their absence. It's realizing how you spent your time when they were still here. All the chances you didn't take, the calls you didn't make, the times you said next week and never meant it. I think about them often, these friends who helped shape me. Their voices still echo in the back of my mind sometimes. Their laughter still lives in certain songs, certain streets, certain smells. And while I'd give anything to have them back, I've come to understand something deeper in their absence. Losing my closest friends didn't just break my heart. It changed my relationship with time. It stripped away the illusion that time is abundant, negotiable, or kind. It made me look at my own life with sharper eyes. And it taught me to stop wasting moments as if they weren't made of gold. I want to tell you what their loss taught me, not because I have it all figured out, but because you still have time, you still have people, you still have mornings with coffee and unspoken words, and the chance to live wide awake. This isn't a story about endings. It's about the sacredness of now and the people who showed me how fragile and beautiful it really is. Let me tell you what their absence gave me. Let me tell you what time taught me after it took them. I remember the exact moment my phone buzzed with the message. I didn't even open it right away. I was in the middle of something urgent, probably something that doesn't matter anymore. But when I finally looked down, the words stopped the air in my lungs. He's gone. Just like that. No warning, no countdown. 1 minute, they were here in the world. The next, they weren't. Time didn't ask if we were ready. It didn't wait until we'd had that one last conversation, that one last laugh, that one last I love you I mean it kind of moment. It just took. Quietly, completely, unapologetically. There's something ruthless about how time moves. We think we have a handle on it. We plan for the future. We say we'll call tomorrow. We push back the visit. We assume that if someone's been in our life this long, they'll still be there next week. But time isn't on our schedule. It doesn't pause when we're too busy. It doesn't slow down when someone's fading. It doesn't rewind when we finally realize what we missed. That's the first thing I learned. Time doesn't ask permission to take what it wants. And it doesn't give you the luxury of a proper goodbye. I had so many things I wanted to say to him. So many stories I thought we'd still tell. I assumed we had decades left to grow old together, gray hair, slower steps, and all the same dumb jokes. But we didn't. And no amount of regret can change that. So now, when I love someone, I say it. When someone crosses my mind, I reach out. When I laugh with a friend, I pay attention. Because I know now what I didn't know then. Time is a thief. And it steals fast. You don't always get a warning. Sometimes, all you get is a memory and a message that changes everything. Not every loss comes with tragedy. Some come with silence. There are friends I thought I'd grow old with. People who knew the versions of me I've long since outgrown, who held my secrets, who laughed so hard they couldn't breathe, who once felt like home, and then slowly we stopped calling. We stopped checking in. Months became years. The closeness faded into something polite, distant, or nothing at all. There was no fight, no betrayal, just life, doing what life does, pulling people in different directions. I used to mourn those kinds of losses in quiet confusion, wondering, did I do something wrong? Was I not enough to hold on to? But eventually, I realized it wasn't about blame. It was about time. Time changed us. Our lives, our cities, our schedules. Suddenly, the people I used to see every weekend were people I hadn't hugged in 5 years. And while that used to ache like abandonment, I've started to see it differently. Because even if those friends didn't stay forever, they mattered deeply in the chapters they were in. They helped shape who I was in that season. They made hard days easier and good days unforgettable. They were worth it, even if they're not in my life now. That's something time taught me. Just because someone doesn't stay doesn't mean they weren't real. And just because a friendship ends doesn't mean it failed. Not all love is meant to last a lifetime. Some of it is meant to get you through one. I look back on those friendships with nothing but gratitude now. We laughed like our lives depended on it. We were there for each other when the world didn't make sense. And even though we drifted, I carry those memories like treasures. If someone comes into your life and makes it better, even for a while, that's time well spent. That's something to honor, not resent. The truth is, not everyone will stay, but everyone teaches you something. And some people's impact will live far beyond their presence. There's this thing people say when you're grieving, when you've lost someone you love deeply, or even just lost the way things used to be. Time heals all wounds. But I don't think that's true. Time doesn't always heal. Some wounds don't close. They just become part of you. Like a scar that still stings when it rains. Like a song that brings tears even after a decade. Like a photograph you can't throw away even though you never talk anymore. There's a friend I lost not to death, but to misunderstanding, to pride, to things left unsaid and calls never made. We were both waiting for the other to reach out, waiting for time to soften the edges, to fix what had gone wrong without anyone having to be the first to admit it. Years passed, and even now, I still think of her. I still wonder what would have happened if one of us had picked up the phone. I still carry the ache of what we let slip away. Time didn't heal that, but it did something else. It taught me how to carry it. It taught me how to stop expecting the past to change. How to live with the hole someone leaves behind and still move forward. How to honor the good without needing to rewrite the ending. Some losses stay tender forever, and that's okay. That's not weakness, it's love. It's proof that someone mattered so deeply, their absence still echoes. Time won't erase them. It won't erase the guilt or the ache or the longing, but it will teach you how to breathe through it, how to build a life around the gap, how to smile again without feeling like you're betraying what was lost. So if you're still hurting over someone you lost years ago, someone you drifted from, someone who passed, someone you pushed away, or who left without goodbye, know this. It's okay that it still hurts. That means it was real. And time may not have healed it, but it has helped you carry it better. That's worth something too. There are entire years of my life I can barely remember. Days that bled into each other. To-do lists, appointments, the ordinary rush of existence. But then there are these flashes. Moments that stay so vivid it's like they happened yesterday. Remember standing in the rain with my best friend, soaked and laughing like we were kids again. I remember the time she fell asleep on my shoulder during a road trip, music humming low, the sky painted pink with sunset. I remember us sitting on the kitchen floor at 2 a.m., eating cereal and talking about love and fear and the future like we had all the time in the world. None of those moments were planned. They weren't part of a bucket list or a grand milestone. They were quiet, unscheduled, unfiltered. And yet, they're the ones I hold on to with everything I have. Time taught me this. You won't remember the meetings, the deadlines, the errands. You'll remember how someone made you feel. You'll remember presence, connection, emotion. We spend so much of our lives chasing productivity, but it's not what builds the core of our memories. It's not what remains when people are gone. You won't remember the perfectly cleaned house, but you'll remember the dance party in the kitchen. You won't remember how many hours you worked late, but you'll remember the one phone call that made you feel understood. You won't remember scrolling through your phone, but you'll remember the night you and your friend couldn't stop laughing over nothing at all. That's what lasts. The tiny sparks of time when you were fully there, heart open, defenses down, alive in the moment with someone who mattered. If I could go back, I wouldn't try to make every day significant. I'd just try to be present for the ones that were. I'd linger longer, put the phone away, stay a little later, laugh a little louder. Because in the end, life isn't a collection of days. It's a collection of moments. And the best ones never feel ordinary when you're inside them. I used to say, I'm just so busy, like it was an apology and a badge of honor all at once. I said it to people I loved when I skipped their birthday, when I missed their call, when I promised we'd grab coffee soon and let months slip by. I believed they understood, and maybe they did. But that doesn't make it right. The truth is, I wasn't too busy. I just wasn't choosing them. That's hard to admit now, especially with some of those people no longer here to give me another chance. But time, more than anything else, has made one truth heartbreakingly clear. How you spend your time is how you show your love. We tell people we care, but do we call them? Do we sit with them without distraction? Do we make space in our overcrowded calendars for their quiet needs? Do we show up not just in emergencies or celebrations, but in the ordinary Tuesdays? I didn't always. Not because I didn't love them, but because I thought love could wait. I thought it would be understood. I thought later was a promise I could keep, but love doesn't live in intention. It lives in action, in showing up, in carving out time, even when it's inconvenient. Especially when it's inconvenient. One of the last messages I got from a friend I hadn't seen in a while was short. Just a photo of a place we used to go. No caption, just memory. I saw it, smiled, and told myself I'd reply later. I never got the chance, so now I live differently. I don't wait to send the message. I show up to the dinner, even if I'm tired. I leave space in my day, not for productivity, but for people. Because I finally understand. Every hour you give someone is a way of saying, you matter more than whatever else I could be doing. And that's love in its most powerful form. It's a strange kind of gift to lose someone and still be left with something. A silence that changes you. A memory that reorients you. A love that echoes long after it has nowhere to land. When I think of the people I've lost, I still feel the ache. Some days it's sharp, some days it's soft. But it's always there, like background music I've learned to live with. And yet, their absence gave me something unexpected. It gave me back my time, not more hours, not more years, but a new understanding of what time really means. I don't waste it the way I used to. I don't let it slip through my fingers in the name of busyness or ambition or delay. I don't treat it like it's endless, because I know now it's not. Their loss gave me the urgency I never had before. It taught me to cherish the people still here, to hold eye contact longer, to listen better, to say what I mean without waiting for the perfect moment. I live slower now, but more intentionally. I say I love you more often. I leave fewer things unsaid. I let people in, even when it's hard. Because time has shown me it's all we really have. And we don't get to decide how much of it we get. To the ones I've lost, thank you. You're still teaching me, still shaping me, still showing up in the quiet ways that matter. And to you, listening right now, please don't wait. Don't assume there will be more time. Don't let the moments pass unnoticed. The most important things in life are happening while we're busy planning something else. So pause, look around, call someone, forgive someone, love someone, because when everything else fades, it won't be the years that mattered most. It'll be what we did with them, and it's not too late, not yet.